Good evening, I'm Sonika Loganathan, and welcome to Above the Fold. In this episode, we take a look at the many developments coming out of Kerala as the Enforcement Directorate raids former Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan's home, the leadership shuffle in Karnataka as the Congress pushes Chief Minister Siddaramaiah towards the Rajya Sabha, the Supreme Court's decision on SIR, and more. So stay tuned for our full report. In a politically charged move, the Enforcement Directorate raided the former Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan's residence in connection with the CMRL Exalogic case, a major escalation in the long-running investigation. We have more in this report.
Go back, go back! Go back, go back! ED, go back! ED, go back!
Political drama gripped Kerala today after the Enforcement Directorate carried out coordinated early morning raids at residences linked to former Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan in Kannur and Thiruvananthapuram. The raids were in connection with the long-running CMRL Exalogic case involving Vijayan's daughter T. Veena's now defunct IT firm. The searches were conducted at 12 locations across Kerala, including the Kozhikode residence of former Tourism Minister and Veena's husband P.A. Mohammad Riaz. The raid came hours after the Kerala High Court allowed the ED to proceed with its probe into the alleged financial dealings between Exalogic and mining company CMRL. The agency is probing allegations that Exalogic received monthly payments from private mining company Cochin Minerals and Rutile Limited between 2017 and 2021 without providing any tangible service in return. The controversy began when the Interim Board for Settlement under the Central Board of Taxes raised suspicions that some payments linked to CMRL were political payoffs disguised as consultancy transactions. The raids quickly triggered furious protests. Hundreds of CPIM workers swarmed the streets, blocking vehicles and smashing the windshields of ED cars outside Pinarayi Vijayan's Thiruvananthapuram residence. Riot police dispersed the crowd with batons. The political confrontation also spilled over to the national capital, where CPIM workers staged a protest outside the ED headquarters in Delhi. Delhi police detained several senior CPIM leaders, including M.A. Baby and Brinda Karat, along with more than 100 protesters during the demonstration. Emerging with a defiant raised fist, Pinarayi Vijayan slammed the action, accusing the BJP of subverting central agencies, while hitting out at the Congress leadership for watching with silent glee. He recalled how Rahul Gandhi previously questioned why the ED had delayed arresting him, adding, "I hope he is cheerful now." On social media, P.A. Mohammad Riaz struck an equally unyielding tone, vowing that they would fight the Sangh Parivar until their last breath. DMK leader M.K. Stalin strongly condemned the ED's actions, warning of a dangerous pattern of central agencies being weaponized against the opposition. AAP leader Arvind Kejriwal also slammed the raid as a blatant misuse of power to target regional parties, questioning the timing of the ED action. Meanwhile, CPIM leaders John Brittas and M.A. Baby accused the ruling Congress-led UDF government of a covert nexus with the BJP. While Congress MP Shashi Tharoor refuted allegations that the Congress aided the ED's sweep, State Home Minister Ramesh Chennithila insisted that neither the State Police nor the Home Department had prior knowledge of the raids. With the CPIM announcing statewide protest programs and torchlight marches, Kerala now appears headed for an intense political confrontation as the ED probe deepens and the blame game escalates further.
So, why is the left seeing these raids as a coordinated Congress BJP attack? Our Kerala resident editor, Anandan S., explains.
There is a bit of background to the left parties turning against the Congress on the allegation of the centre using its agencies against political opponents. The left, especially the CPM and Pinarayi Vijayan himself, had stood in solidarity with Rahul Gandhi when he was disqualified from the Lok Sabha back in 2023. However, Mr. Gandhi, who was previously questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in the National Herald case, wondered why the central agencies were not questioning or not putting behind bars Mr. Vijayan despite pursuing cases against him and his daughter. He was insinuating a link between the CPM and the BJP, and he made the allegation clear, actually in as many words, in 2024 during the Lok Sabha election campaign which invited a huge backlash from the left. In the recent assembly elections, too, the Congress and the CPM alleged each other of having a tacit understanding with the BJP. The already strained relations within the India alliance, in which both these parties are constituents, soared further in the wake of these allegations. The ED raids at Mr. Vijayan's premises this morning, a day after Kerala Chief Minister V.D. Satishan called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Delhi, led to a speculation that these raids were instigated by the Congress at the meeting with the Prime Minister. There were political allegations of a BJP Congress connivance made by John Brittas, Rajya Sabha MP of the CPM, which were later dispelled by Shashi Tharoor, Congress Working Committee member and MP from Thiruvananthapuram. But now, former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, former Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal have all questioned the nature of relationship between the BJP and the Congress in the wake of the raids. After the raids, Pinarayi himself asked if Rahul Gandhi was happy now. The relationship between these two parties, the CPM and the Congress, is set to serve further at the national level, and this is going to pose serious questions about the fate of the India bloc.
Meanwhile, Karnataka is likely to see its longest serving chief minister step down. Here's the full report.
Speculations of leadership tussle, followed by breakfast meetings and trips to Delhi, might have become a familiar pattern in Karnataka politics. But unlike December 2025, leadership change in Karnataka appears imminent. On Tuesday, the Congress High Command offered Chief Minister Siddaramaiah a Rajya Sabha berth for the upcoming elections. Though AICC General Secretary K.C. Venugopal insisted that the day-long deliberations in Delhi were just about selecting candidates for the Rajya Sabha and Karnataka Legislative Council elections, Siddaramaiah later held discussions with his loyalists and cabinet colleagues. In his first interaction with the media after his New Delhi visit, Siddaramaiah refused to entertain questions on leadership change and said that he will speak to the press tomorrow, possibly after a breakfast meeting scheduled at his official residence at 9 a.m. On the list of invitees are his cabinet colleagues, including his deputy D.K. Shivakumar. Shivakumar has been a contender for the top post ever since the Congress government reached the halfway mark of its 5-year tenure in November 2025. Siddaramaiah may also meet the governor later in the day. Sources told the Hindu that a Congress meeting to elect a successor is also likely to be held tomorrow. Whether or not Siddaramaiah would take up the Rajya Sabha offer is still under speculation, considering his past reluctance to move away from state politics. Siddaramaiah is currently the only OBC chief minister among the 4 Congress-ruled states. He also surpassed his political idol and iconic reformer in Karnataka politics, Devaraju RS, to become the longest-serving CM of the state. Given Siddaramaiah's position as a senior leader and a key OBC representative of the party, the Congress High Command cannot push through a leadership change if Siddaramaiah appears unwilling. Karnataka's political landscape now appears headed towards a historic moment, with all eyes on tomorrow's crucial breakfast meeting.
Now to the Supreme Court. The top court upheld the special intensive revision of electoral rolls in Bihar, backing the Election Commission of India's exercise as essential to ensuring free and fair elections. A bench led by Chief Justice of India, Surya Kant, rejected claims that the revision was a covert citizenship screening drive that targeted voters. The court observed that while the SIR did stretch existing electoral revision procedures, existing under the Representation of the People Act and Registration of Electors rules, it was undertaken in an exceptional situation and was, quote, manifestly excessive. It also said that the adequate procedural safeguards had been followed. Rejecting petitions filed by the Association for Democratic Reforms, the court ruled that asking voters for indicative documents, including Aadhaar, was reasonable for verification purposes. The verdict is expected to impact upcoming SIR exercises across multiple states and union territories. In other news, the founder of the edtech company Byju was sentenced to 6 months in jail by a Singapore court. According to reports, Byju Ravindran was sentenced for contempt of court for allegedly not complying with disclosure orders. Ravindran said that the ruling was procedural and had to do with disputes over disclosing documents, not in, quote, finding of fraud, dishonesty, or wrongdoing on the merits, unquote. He has denied any wrongdoing and said that he plans to appeal. Byju's was once one of India's most valuable startups, but it's been struggling with investor disputes, debt litigation, and operational issues after a post-pandemic downturn. This ruling is the most serious legal setback for Byju's. The legal action in Singapore was initiated by a subsidiary of Qatar Investment Authority, which had invested in the company during a period of restructuring. And an update on the ongoing crisis in West Asia, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham said Pakistan's role as a mediator in the US-Iran war is, quote, problematic. He cited Islamabad's long-standing hostility towards Israel. His remarks came after Pakistan's Defense Minister, Khwaja Asif, said that he was not in favor of Pakistan joining the Abraham Accords. In a post on X, Graham said Pakistan's animosity towards Israel has been apparent for, quote, quite a while, and questioned Islamabad's credibility as a mediator. The senior Republican leader also referred to past remarks by Pakistani officials against Israel and alleged that Iranian military aircraft were being housed at Pakistani air bases. Graham also urged Pakistan to respond to US President Donald Trump's calls for countries involved in mediation efforts to join the Abraham Accords. And in Tamil Nadu, politics remains in flux. Nearly 2 weeks after the vertical split in the All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam legislature party, rival factions led by Edappadi K. Palaniswamy and former Minister S.P. Velumani reached a truce on Wednesday, signaling a temporary end to the internal crisis within the party. The rift emerged during the May 10th confidence vote of Chief Minister C. Joseph Vijay's government, when 25 rebel MLAs, led by Velumani, voted in favor of the motion, while 22 legislators, aligned with Palaniswamy, opposed it. Following the split, both camps moved petitions before Speaker J.C.D. Prabhakar, seeking disqualification of MLAs from the rival faction. On Wednesday, however, the groups jointly withdrew these petitions and urged the Speaker to condone their defiance of the party whip during the trust vote. The crisis had already weakened the rebel camp after several MLAs resigned or switched loyalties in recent days, reducing its strength from 25 to 15. Velumani maintained that there was, quote, no division within the party and called for an internal committee to review the AIADMK's recent electoral setbacks. And now let's turn to the Hindu Roundup for some of our exclusive content. Today's editorial, titled Bad Fences on Marco Rubio's India Visit, looks at what came out of US Secretary of State Marco Rubio's 4-day trip to India. This was Rubio's first visit to India since taking office, and it came at a time when tensions between India and the US have been at a high. US President Trump slammed India with massive tariffs, cracked down on immigration, including issuing Indians fewer visas, sanctioned India's energy procurement, and has called India a, quote, hellhole. Now, while Rubio maintained that India and the US's relationship was good, and India laid out the red carpet for him, little came from this visit. Beyond a bilateral agreement on increased critical minerals cooperation, another critical minerals framework signed by all the Quad members, and the 15-nation Pax Silica, there wasn't really anything else of note. The editorial argues that Rubio's refusal to see that there is a problem in the US-India relationship shows that the US failed to acknowledge New Delhi's concerns. Modi and Trump will meet in Evian, France next month for the G7 summit. The editorial hopes that Rubio is made aware of these issues before the two leaders meet. Tap the card above to watch the editorial on the Hindu Originals YouTube channel. And in the latest episode of Climate Economy, the Hindu's deputy business editor, Kunal Shankar, looks at biogas and its viability as an alternative fuel. Take a listen.
The government has a scheme to convert this waste into energy. The program, called Gobardhan, is a waste to wealth scheme. It is an umbrella initiative of the Government of India covering a range of schemes, policies, and promoting the conversion of organic waste like cattle dung, agri-residue, etc. to CBG or bio-CNG. Now, under the scheme, grants of up to 50 lakh rupees per district for community biogas plants were earmarked. A 564 crore biogas collection machinery was also earmarked, and there is also a 994 crore fund to build pipelines connecting biogas plants directly to the gas grid. The initiative is indeed ambitious and it is well funded. But how is it doing on the ground? Well, ambition and reality are far apart. The difference is rather stark. So why is there such a big gap between policy and execution? Well, there's a supply-demand problem. The feedstocks are in villages, but most of the demand is in cities. Without pipelines and other infrastructure, the gas cannot be transported.
And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please share your thoughts on today's episode in the comments section. And if you found this video useful, don't forget to share it and save the Above the Fold playlist so that you never miss an update.